Hi guys, I've gotten a lot of questions about core exercises and what to do. So today's video is going to be about core, but we're going to do some flexibility and just stretch out first. So if anybody's ever done any yoga poses before, we're going to start with up dog and down dog. All right, so we're going to come down dog first and just press into your heels and your hands, tuck your head in. We'll hold this for about 20 seconds. Nice and relaxed, just breathe into the stretch. Nice and relaxed. And slowly go into down dog. Look straight ahead, relax your hips into the table or into the floor. Relax your feet and ankles. Make sure you're breathing and relax. You can do this a couple of times in each direction. We'll do another one. Make sure you're breathing nice and slow. Tuck your head, relax your heels into the table and your hands and wrists. And then reverse again. Okay, now we can do a little rotation to stretch out. So roll over into your back. Knees bent. Cross one leg over the other. Have your arms out. And then just rotate to one side, nice and easy and slow. Make sure you're breathing, keeping your shoulders down. Breathe and relax into the stretch. Hold for about 10-20 seconds. And you can slowly come up. And then switch. Breathe and relax into the stretch. Again, this is just to get you ready for the exercises, a little warmed up. We'll do another one on the other side. We'll do one more on each side. Nice and slow and relaxed. Breathe, relax. And then one more on the last side. Make sure you keep your shoulders down. And come up and relax. So with this first one, what you want to do is keep your back flat. Keep your arms straight and press your arms straight into the table and hold for 5 seconds. And then relax. And you can feel your abs engage and tighten up as you press. Press again for 5 seconds. Make sure you're breathing. And then relax. Press down again for 5 seconds and relax. Now this is level 2 of the same exercise. You're going to lift your legs up as if you're sitting in a chair at a 90-degree angle with your knees and your hips. Same thing, you're going to press down into the table, tighten up your abs and hold for 5 seconds. Make sure you breathe in and tightening up your abs at the same time. Relax. Press down again into the table with your arms. Hold for 5 seconds. Feel your abs tighten up and relax. Next, we're going to do 3 levels of bridging. Have your knees bent and lift your hips up towards the ceiling, keeping your knees, hips, and shoulders in line. Holding for 5 seconds and then relaxing back down. Then you can come back up. Same position, knees, hips, and shoulders in line for 5 seconds. And then slowly relax. Then the second level of bridging, you come up to the same position and straighten one knee, holding that position for 5 seconds. Bringing the foot back down to the table or the mat while you're keeping your butt up in the air, and then straighten the opposite knee and hold that position for 5 seconds. Relax back down, and you're going to alternate back and forth. You're going to end up doing 10 on each side, and then you can rest. Making sure each time you're holding the knees, hips, and shoulders in line with the knees straight. Next is level 3. If you have a ball like this one, you can use it, or you can put your feet up or your heels up on a chair or a sofa. And you're going to come up into a bridging position again. Trying to keep your knees, hips, and shoulders in line. If you can, keep your knees nice and straight. Holding for 5 seconds, and then relax back down. Come back up again. Try to keep everything in line. Knees, hips, and shoulders straight. Hold for 5 seconds and relax. So for the next core exercise, we're going to be working on our lower abdominal muscles. You're going to tighten up your abs and lift one leg up into a bent knee position and hold for 5 seconds. And then relax back down, then bring the other one up, 5-second hold, making sure your back stays nice and flat and your abs stay nice and tight. Don't arch your back. Tighten up your abs with each time you raise your leg up. Keep your back flat. That was level 1. Now we're going to go into level 2. Again, flatten out your back, tighten up your abs, straighten out one leg straight just above the table or the floor, holding for 5 seconds, and you're going to alternate. Again, each time resetting your abs, tighten up your abs and flatten out your back, straighten out the leg, hold for 5 seconds, come back and relax. Make sure you reset yourself each time. Hold the leg out straight for 5 seconds and alternate. You're going to end up doing 10 on each side to start. Make sure you concentrate on the area that you're working, on your lower abdominal muscles. Next level is level 3. You're going to come up into a seated position with your legs still laying on your back. Keep your abs nice and tight. You're going to lower one leg at a time, touching the heel to the table, just above the table actually, just so you just feel it, not rest your leg. Hold for 5 seconds. Make sure you're keeping your back nice and flat, abs tight, and alternate. Level 4, same position, but you're going to straighten out one leg. Hold for 5 seconds. Then you're going to alternate. Hold the leg just above the table, but not touching the table. Make sure you keep your back nice and flat, abs tight. If you have to, reset yourself each time you straighten out your leg. Next level Abs nice and tight, back flat. You're going to straighten out both legs together, hovering them just above the table. If you want a little stretch, you can pull your toes back towards you when your legs are out straight. Come back and reset, and then legs out straight again. Just above the table, make sure you don't rest your heels on the table. This next one is a fun but difficult one. It's called dead bugs. What you're going to do is put the ball between your hands and your knee with your foot on the ground, and you're going to lift the opposite arm and opposite leg out straight, just hovering above the table or the floor, holding for 5 seconds, making sure you're pushing down on your hand and trying to compress the ball between your hand and your knee. And then switch to the other side, straight out, hold for 5 seconds, come back to a resting position, switch it to the opposite leg. So this one's opposite arm and leg at the same time, pushing down on the ball, holding for 5 seconds, switching, opposite arm and opposite leg go out straight, just above the table, holding for 5 seconds while you're trying to compress the ball against the opposite knee. Level 2 would be legs up in a seated position, laying on the ground or on a mat. Again, trying to compress the ball between one hand and one knee, stretching out the opposite side just above the table, holding for 5 seconds, and then switching, pushing that ball between the hand and the knee, not losing the position though, feeling it in your abs, and then coming back and relax. Switch to the other side, compress that ball, straighten out the opposite knee and opposite arm, just above the table, 5-second hold, and then switch it up again. Remember to do 10 on each side before you totally rest, working up to doing 3 sets of 10 total. So this last one is for your oblique muscles and your core. You have to be careful with your neck, so you're going to tuck your chin to your chest and hold it there the whole time. If you can, straighten out your legs above you towards the ceiling. And what you're going to do is just take turns reaching to the opposite foot. Try to reach the toes if you can, and alternate side to side. If you can, do 10 on each side, and then you can rest. For our last exercise, we're going to go over an exercise that a lot of people are doing these days. You see a lot of people at the gym doing them. They're called planks, but a lot of people are doing them incorrectly. And I think it's wise to go over the incorrect form, and then we'll correct it. And you guys can see how to make those corrections, or pay attention to what you're doing at home and how you're doing it to maximize the exercise and get the most out of it. So first, get into position on your elbows and your toes. And if you look at this first position, this is incorrect, where your back is arched and your abs are actually going towards the floor. You want to be in a contracted position with your abs, so you want to pull your abs up tight and try to be as straight as you can, not be in a V position where your butt's way up in the air, but as straight as you can with keeping your abs tight and concentrating on keeping them tight. Then the next thing you see is, as I raise one leg up, how I rotate the hips and I'm not staying level. That's what you don't want to do either. You don't want to elevate those hips like that when you straighten out the leg and lift it off the table. You want to stay nice and level with the hips. And whether you hold the position for 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 20 or more, you want to make sure you're keeping your hips nice and level. Then if you start raising up the arm, reach out with the arm, and you see people starting to rotate to try to compensate. These are all compensations that occur. So you want to keep your back nice and straight. And if we try to do the other side, how I rotate to compensate, don't want to do that. You want to level yourself off and level your shoulders and hold that position.